Narayana. Many times in our shastras, in our scriptures, there's a message that if you bathe in the Yamuna, if you take a dip in the Ganga, then you will be pure of all your papa, of all of your sins. That's why going on yatras has become a big business, isn't it? Everyone wants to go to Mansarovar and you collect gallons of it. So every day you can take a little bit to wash away all of that negativity. Now Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he shares otherwise. Now you have to put yourself in this picture, okay? Acharya Shankara said, if you take a dip in the Ganga, you'll be pure of all of your sins. So you show up in Uttar Pradesh, you're in Uttarkashi, you've put in a lot of effort to get there. And you're thinking about all of the mistakes, all of the negativities from the past. And you're just in your shorts and t-shirt. And you're about to step into the holy Ganga. And right before you take that first step into the holy Ganga, what happens? Our ego jumps off of us and goes to the nearby tree. And so we go into the Ganga and all of our sins do get washed away. But as soon as our first foot hits the ground, that ego jumps back on us. And what do we do then? Commit even more sins. Because we feel lighter then, right? Going to the Ganga may wash away our sins, but it doesn't wash away the sinner. Isn't it? If you take it to a medical level. When it comes to, say, cancer, radiation, chemotherapy may deal with the cancer, but a surgery most likely is also needed to go to the root. Yes? You and I are not studying how to become more, I was going to say papi, not more papi, to be less of a papi. We're not studying how to have less sins. We are trying to study how to let go of the sinner, which is that ahankara, that ego. And so we follow the ayana of Rama. What does ayana mean? Road, path. And Rama means joy. And if you follow this road, where will it take you? To the Moksha Dwara Nagari. Remember, I shared with you 7 cities where if you go to these cities, you'll be given freedom. What were those 7 cities? Mathura is one of them. Varanasi. Kashi and Varanasi are the same. Dwarka. Haridwar. Ujjain. Nope. Kanchipuram. And you're missing the most important one. Ayodhya. We're studying Ramayana. All of you are lost in Lord Krishna. Ayodhya. These are the Moksha Dwara Nagaris. But I promise you, if you go to these places, one will not be free other than of their money. When you go to these places, there's lots to buy, there's lots to eat. But the real Moksha Dwara Nagari is following the path to joy, which means turning within. And that's why this is called Vedanta in Ramayana. Veda, to know antaha, what's your potential? This is called a course. A course means there's direction. A course means there's movement. A course means there's progress. This is not just Harikatha. Harikatha, many people read Ramayana and they share it in a literal way, but we want to know, fine, that's what Lord Rama's like, but tell me, how does this become my life? As we try to internalize Ramayana, remember today's Gandhiji's Jayanti. And Gandhiji's Ishta Devata was Bhagwan Rama. And he loved bhajans revolving around Bhagwan Rama. But Gandhiji was also a devotee, a disciple of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. How many times he sought the guidance of Lord Krishna to find hope while he was in prison and in different places. So today's not just a day, today's a reminder that what helped Gandhiji in his lowest period can certainly help us. We are not in the position that Gandhiji has been in. So let's think about that as we proceed with our Vedanta and Ramayana course. Last week, we studied satsang. And satsang is the game changer. Whenever you think of athletics, there's always a game changer. A certain basket or a certain play that changes the nature of the game. Now, if we think of ourselves in satsang, satsang has saved us from not following Lord Rama's path. Satsang has made us follow Lord Rama's path. In chapter 4 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we've studied what an avatar is. An avatar is one who protects dharma, destroys adharma, and reestablishes balance. Isn't satsang an avatar too? Whatever your strengths are, in satsang, they're strengthened. Whatever our weaknesses are, they're weakened. And so balance comes back into our life in satsang. So it's a lifesaver, it's a life maker. And as we engage in satsang, we should direct ourselves from belief to faith, to grow in faith. The less faith there is, the more fighting there is. Think about relationships. If you don't have faith in your spouse, if you don't have faith in your child, if you don't have faith in your business partner, if you don't have faith in me, if I don't have faith in you, there's much more fighting, isn't there? But if there's faith, the antonym of faith is fighting. So we should think about our own lives. If there's a lot of fighting inside, maybe there's not enough faith. And this is what we're trying to grow. And as we try to grow, I don't know if you read some of the reports, at least in Canada, that have come out recently, that students in universities are unhappier than ever in universities. More people are anxious than ever before. More people have self-harm thoughts than ever before. And they're saying that the universities can't keep up with all of the students who are facing these mental challenges, these mental illnesses. And part of the reason is we're all seeking external validation. We're seeking recognition from people. We're seeking compliments from people. We're seeking excellence. We're seeking rewards. We're seeking degrees. We're seeking bank accounts. We're always seeking externally. But Goswamiji says, don't seek externally. You should validate yourself internally by the Guru, by God. They're the only ones qualified to validate us. As long as we seek external validation, we will feel insecure. But when we start to only seek validation from the one who doesn't need validation, Guru and God, everything changes then. We start to live with self-esteem. We start to live with confidence. Fine? Okay. We are going to now study a line from page 19. This is the 5th line, where Goswamiji, he is continuing with his invocation. What page is Lord Rama born on? 135. So a long time until Lord Rama is born. Goswamiji is invoking more. In Canada, next weekend is Thanksgiving. That's how Canadians are. We give thanks before the Americans give thanks. And I read a very beautiful church sign that said, Thanksgiving isn't a day, Thanksgiving is a vision. It shouldn't be a day, it should be every moment. Invoking, another word for invocation is gratitude. Whenever I invoke the presence of the divine, it's because I'm grateful to the divine. So you think how grateful Goswamiji is that so many pages of invocation. Here, he is expressing his gratitude to Lord Rama's family. And it teaches us how we should be in our families. We take our families for granted, isn't it? Here, it's not even his own family and he's expressing appreciation to them. You can never be grateful enough. Ask people who do yoga asanas, can you ever stretch enough? You can just stretch forever, right? It's never enough. Gratitude is the same way. He says, Ripu Sudana Pada Kamala Namami. Who's Ripu Sudana? Not Lord Rama. Ripu Sudana is one of Lord Rama's brothers. Which one? What does Ripu mean? Enemy. Nope. Shatrugna. Shatru means enemy. The one who cuts away enemies. Ripu Sudana. Goswamiji is doing his prostrations to the lotus feet of Shatrugna. Now think, in Ramayana, does he even have a significant role generally? We hear about Bharata, correct? We hear about Sri Lakshmana, of course. But here he's prostrating to Shatrugna. Sura Susila Bharata Anugami. He says, you are the one who's always serving Bharata. Mahavira Binavau Hanumana. And Hanumanji, I also prostrate to you. Rama Jasu Jasa Apa Bakana. You are the one who Lord Rama has praised. And earlier on, Goswamiji expresses his gratitude to Raja Dasharatha, Mother Kaushalya. He expresses his gratitude to Bharata, to Sri Lakshmana, to Shatrugna, to Hanumanji, and lots of other people in the family. If you think about this deeply, what Goswamiji is sharing here is he has faith in the servants of Bhagavan. He has faith that if he becomes the servant of the servant, that he too will feel Bhagavan. Now, if we think of ourselves, does anyone here want to be a servant? We do intellectually, right? Bhagavan, tan, man, dhan, sab kuch tera. We said that last week. We're going to say it again this week. Next week we won't because there's a holiday. We'll say it again next week. Tan, man, dhan, sab kuch tera. See, we say it intellectually, but we actually don't. We don't feel it. Being a servant of the Lord is difficult. Our egos are too strong. So that's why Goswamiji, he knows, and he's a saint himself, and he's saying, I'm egotistical. He says, the only option for me to reach the Lord is to become a servant of the servant. That's a very thoughtful way to live life. And I'll share a light story related to this, and I've shared it a few times, but I love thinking of the servant of a servant. Okay. So one day, a disciple, a shishya, his guru tells him that he's leaving. You know, that I'm finished as being your mentor, so I'm leaving now. And the shishya, who feels like, I'm not ready, please give me a valedictory address. Give me something to hold on to, a mantra. You know, we always want to whisper a mantra to me. Give me mantra diksha. So what this guru says to the disciple, chant. What should you chant? Soham. Soham. Saha, aham. Saha means he. Aham means I. He am I. Aham, saha. Soham, aham, saha. He am I am he. He am I am he. And that disciple was very simple. He invoked that. And the Guru left. Soham, Soham, Soham. Now another sadhu, another wise person was wandering around. All wise people wander around, correct? That's what it seems like in all of our in our narrations. Shukdev is always wandering around. Bhagavan Vedyas is always wandering around. So he hears Soham, 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 and he asks his disciple, "What are you chanting?" He explained, "My guru told me to chant this." Your guru must have been in a rush. It's not that you should chant Soham. You forgot the letter Da. Da Soham. Da Soham. I am not he, I am the servant. Dasaha, servant. Aham, I am a servant. I'm a servant. I'm a servant. So that Shishya started chanting. Da Soham. Da Soham. And that wanderer continued wandering. Now the guru forgot something in the ashram. You know, we forget our keys, or if the stove is on. The guru also forgot. He forgot a book in the ashram. So he hears this person chanting, Dasoham, Dasoham, and he asks that Shishya, "Hey, what did I tell you to chant?" Soham, but this wise person said, "You forgot a letter." I did forget a letter, but that wise person also forgot a letter. What did he forget? Another Sa. Sada Soham. Sada Soham. I am always he. I am always he. Sada means always. Soham. So the Shishya was happy, you know. Sada Soham. Sada Soham. The guru took his book and he left. Now the wanderer was wandering that way. Now he started wandering this way. And he's hearing this Shishya now chanting Sada Soham. And he says, "Hey, what did I tell you to chant? You said Da Soham, but my guru said Ada Sa because you forgot a letter." That wanderer says, "Your guru is right. But I still think he was in a rush. He also forgot a letter." What letter did he forget? Another Da. Dasa Dasoham. Dasa Dasoham. I am the servant of the servant. I am the servant of the servant. That's what Goswamiji is sharing right now, that I am the servant of Raja Dashrata, who is the servant of Lord Rama. That's how our approach to the ego should be. That amount of humility, that amount of surrender. And more practically speaking, if you're ever in doubt of whether you're being egotistical or not, the rule of thumb is you are being egotistical. If in doubt about whether we're being egotistical or not, the chances are we are. So just if you ever feel bad, why did I think like this? Why am I saying this? It's because that ego is very stealth-like. There's many lines here where Goswamiji says, all those who are associated with Bhagavan Rama become glorious. All those associated with Bhagavan Rama become glorious. Have you ever seen the image of Lord Rama with that squirrel? We see so many squirrels around us. Do they become glorious? But that squirrel who helped Lord Rama build his bridge, glorious. When we see bears, we run away. We carry bear spray. What happened to the bears with Lord Rama? We say, there's Jambavan, right? We don't say there's a bear. We say there's Jambavan. Take Bhagavan Ganesha. If there was a mouse in Chinmaya Dhara, we'd say, oh, Bhagavan Ganesha is here too, correct? Look at the snakes around Lord Shiva. Anyone who's associated with the divine also becomes divine. And so Goswamiji is teaching us, you know what our lifestyle should be like? It should be to highlight the glories of God. Our whole lifestyle should be like that. Where should your puja room be in your home? Where should it be? In the center of your home. It should be specifically designed to be in the center of your home. Where is our puja room? In the closet in the basement, beside the water heater. Both are equally important. It should be in the center of our home. That way, everything in our home revolves around Bhagavan. We cook for Bhagavan. We bathe for Bhagavan. We sleep with Bhagavan. We wake up to Bhagavan. Then we too become glorious. Like Gandhiji. When he had bullets in his chest, did he say, capture him? Did he say, quit India? What did he say? Hey Ram, in life and in death, Gandhiji glorified Lord Rama, and so Gandhiji is remembered now, and he will be remembered forever. And in our own Guru Shishya Parampara, what do you think Puja Swami Tejramayananda's only job is? To glorify Puja Swami Chinmayananda. Now, hasn't Guruji become glorious because of that? He was 19 years old when he met Puja Swami Chinmayananda. 19. And he had a single job his whole life, and that was to glorify Puja Swami Chinmayananda. And that's why millions are devoted to him. Thousands are his disciple. Because he was a servant of a servant. Puja Swami Chinmayananda was a servant of Swami Tapovaram, who was a servant of Adi Shankaracharya. The world teaches you otherwise, correct? Be the alpha personality. Everyone should know about your resume, everything you've done. That's called being famous, but that's not being yeshaha, which is to be revered. It's a different quality. And I think you and I know this. All of the people in Cleveland, Portland, Flint, Peoria, Niagara Falls, Toronto, we all know this. We know there is more joy in yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, but we forget. And so instead of being yogis, what do we become? Bhogis. Buying a nicer bed and eating fancier food and, having more technology. There's so much joy in yoga. In Portland, they get up so early for this class. They're 3 hours behind us. And I'm sure as they sit right before class, why did we commit to this Vedanta and Ramayana course? We can just sleep. It's always rainy in Portland anyways. But during and afterwards, I know that they feel happier that they got to explore some of the depth of Vedanta and Ramayana. Don't forget. Now, we come to one of my favorite parts of Ramayana. And it's actually not called Ramayana. What is it called? Namayana. Ayana of Rama. This is the path of Bhagavan Rama. Namayana. This is the path of the name. This is a whole section just on the greatness, not of Lord Rama, but Lord Rama's name. This is an important part of our study. Please, please, please tune into what's being shared, because Tulsidasji Goswamiji, he writes a whole lot about the glory of Lord Rama's name. And to prepare us for this, I want everyone to pause for a moment. And I want you to reflect on everything that you are dependent on. Think about your life. Think about all of the articles that you're dependent on. Cell phone, car, comfort, possessions. Think about all the beings you're dependent on for recognition, kids, coworkers. I want you to think about all of the circumstances you're dependent on. Sunny days, vacation, and on and on and on. Whenever we're dependent on any article, being, or circumstance, it's called samsara. Samsara means to be dependent. To be dependent on that which is changing. We use that word a lot, samsara, right? We're stuck in samsara. What does that actually mean? And what Goswamiji shares here, sarati iti samsara, which means that which slips away. Now it's compared to an ocean, right? Can you hold on to a wave? Those waves just keep coming and going, coming and going. There's a famous message that Gurudev writes. So this gentleman shows up at the beach. He's in his bathing suit. He has his towel. And he gets there in the morning. And there's a car that drives by and they see this person, early in the morning, very impressed that this person has showed up so early to go to the beach. This family, they're at a gathering and they spend some time with their friends and now they're coming back and they still see that person. Bathing suit, towel, in the same spot. So they feel concerned and they stop and they ask this man, "Sir, are you lost?" And this man says, "No, I'm just waiting to go swimming. But we saw you here early in the morning too." He said, "Yes, I'm just waiting for these waves to stop. Then I'll go swimming." Will that person ever go in the water? No. Goswamiji says, the Veda is bark. The Veda is the bark that will carry us over these waves. Now, for all of you who don't know how to swim, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in this course who don't know how to swim. If you go to a pool or if you go to a lake and you don't know how to swim, they give you a life vest, right? They give you those rings to put on your arm. They don't give you bark, right? Here's bark. This will keep you floating. So what Goswamiji says, if the Veda is bark, Ramayana is a canoe. Ramayana is a canoe. And the actual word canoe is not used. I don't think they knew what a canoe was back in the day. But it's a boat. See, that bark is carved into a boat, and what do you have to do then? Just be in that boat. Bark you still have to hold on to. The canoe will just lead you to freedom. What Goswamiji shares here, he says that this word Rama, now split it up. Ra, then A, and then Ma. Ra is Bhagwan Brahma. A is Bhagwan Vishnu. And Ma is Bhagwan Shiva. So when you chant Rama, what are you actually chanting? The name of the generator, the operator, and the dissolver. That's time management, isn't it? Instead of doing 108 japa of each, just do Rama. Represents all. And there's a famous narration where all of the devatas once were trying to figure out who's the greatest devata. I don't know why the gods, see how insecure they are too. Always comparing, always jealous. So like us. So the devatas are having a debate about who's the greatest. So they go to their speaker of the house. Who's the speaker of the house amongst the devatas? Indra or Lord Brahma in this case. Lord Brahma is Indra's father, so he's the senior house speaker. And Lord Brahma says, we will decide who's the greatest by who can travel across creation the fastest. We've heard about Kartikeya and Lord Ganesha doing this, right? So immediately all of the devatas, Vayu, Surya, Indra, Agni, they all start taking off. Other than Vigneshwara, Bhagwan Ganesha. Now he's a thinker, right? The god of wisdom. So he asks the house speaker, give me some advice on how I can travel across creation fastest. And what does Lord Brahma say? Write Ram on the ground and just walk around it. And that's what Bhagwan Ganesha did. And so he was known as to be the greatest devata. And I love these narrations because it shows it's not external. Who cares how fast you can go? It's how you think that makes you great. In Padma Purana, again, all related to Lord Rama's name. So one day, Lord Shiva invites Mother Parvati to date night. They also have date nights. Lord Shiva is quite romantic, you know? So he invites Mother Parvati to date night, but she's such a sadhaka. She tells Lord Shiva, Jagadishwara Shiva, that I can't come because I didn't chant Vishnu Sahasranama today. I cannot have dinner with you because I didn't do my sadhana. Now imagine one of us invited each other to dinner. I'm glad I got invited so I don't have to do Vishnu Sahasranama. And Mother Parvati says, no, I can't come. And Lord Shiva is so happy to have a wife like her, to have someone who's focused on sadhana like her. He tells her a secret. He says the essence of all of Vishnu Sahasranama is Rama. Just chant Rama. And that's like chanting Vishnu Sahasranama. And she has so much faith. We chanted that shloka already, right? Faith and trust. She has so much faith that she chants that, and then she is able to join Lord Shiva. Now we're all thinking, great, we can save half an hour by just chanting. See how we think immediately, that's what we're all thinking. But that Rama has to be chanted with full sincerity. And someone had mentioned earlier about Varanasi. You know how many people die in Varanasi? It's stupendous how many bodies die in Varanasi. Like just an absurd amount of people. Because in Varanasi, the king of Varanasi is Lord Shiva. And it's shared that if you, as you're dying in Varanasi, in your right ear, what is whispered? Ram Nam Satya Hai. Lord Shiva himself whispers that in your ear. Ram Nam Satya Hai. Lord Shiva, who is the god of death, is sharing this, saying that if you remember Lord Rama, you will go to Satya. In other words, you will find yourself. Moksha Dwara Nagari. Are you all sold on Ramayana now? You have any more faith in Ramayana? Some of you still don't. And I'm going to share another narration, another katha related to this. You know who was the non-believer at a certain point? Mother Lakshmi. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a narration about Ajamila. Ajamila was this wonderful seeker. And one day, he went to the forest to collect flowers for his puja. And in that forest, he saw a prostitute and a man who invited that prostitute to the forest. And he could have just turned away and collected his flowers and left, but he just couldn't take his eyes off of the prostitute, nor this man and this prostitute together. Remember our Moha Mudgara chorus. Drishtva Maga Moha Veshaha. Having seen someone you're attracted to, don't look again. But what did Ajamila do? He kept on staring at her. And so he came back to do puja of Bhagavan Narayana. But what was he thinking about? That forest. And all he did was think about that forest and the prostitute till one day he invited that prostitute to his own home. And his wife tried hard to, discourage him from this, to wake him up to his responsibilities, but he was lost. And his wife left him. He and this prostitute had a child. And he was so lost that he didn't even name his son. And through Bhagavan's grace, one day a sadhu came to their home, a wanderer, right? They're wandering, and said, "Who is this boy?" And he said, "This is my boy." "What's his name?" "He doesn't have a name." "You should call him Narayana." "Fine, call him Narayana. What difference does it make?" So this boy's name was Narayana. Now fast forward a long time. Now Ajamila is on his deathbed. Maybe he's in Varanasi, who knows? And he's deeply attached to his son. And so as he's dying, who is he thinking about? Who is he speaking about? Narayana. He's calling Narayana, Narayana. Who is he referring to? His son. And then he dies. And who shows up? Narayana's attendants show up. Who else shows up? Yamaraja's attendants also show up. Yama is the worldly keeper of death. And these Yamadutas say, hey, who are you? To Narayana's messengers. And they show them their business card. This is who our boss is. In other words, your boss's boss. So immediately those Yamadutas go away. And Ajamila is taken to the abode of Narayana, which is Vaikunta. Now, Mother Lakshmi, who knows that all of this is happening, she's questioning Bhagavan Narayana, her husband, saying, he wasn't even calling you. He doesn't even know who you are. And still, you dismissed Yamadutas and you brought him to Vaikunta, where I live. And what does Narayana say? He doesn't know my name, but I know my name. Think about the generosity, the compassion. He doesn't know who he's calling, but I know my name, so I went. If there's two Viveks in this room and someone says, Vivek, come over here, aren't both of us going to look? That person may be calling that Vivek, but I know my name, so I'm going to look too, correct? In my case, it's very worldly, but in Bhagavan's case, who's the all-knower, he knows he's not calling him, but he still went and gave him that freedom. Mother Lakshmi, who's great, is non-believing, and Bhagavan Narayana teaches her to have faith in this. This is called a Maha Mantra. What is the Maha Mantra we know? Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if you're of the Krishna sentiment, you change it. Even though you're not allowed to change it, you still change it to Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I repeat, you're not allowed to change mantras according to your liking. Goswamiji is sharing here, Rama is a Maha Mantra. And further on, Goswamiji shares, he shares on page 22, the first line, he says, Samujata sarisa nama arunami priti paraspara prabhu anugami. He says the relationship between the nama and the rupa, the name and the form, is the same between a master and a servant. Where the master walks, what does the servant have to do? Follows. Okay. Donald Trump. Just a name, right? Donald Trump. Now, what kind of thoughts are coming in your mind? Fear. Remember we talked about fear. Hillary Clinton. Different thoughts are coming, correct? Winter. Summer. Frozen yogurt. Ice cream. Jalebi. Lord Rama. Lord Krishna. Ravana. Duryodhana. They're just names. But see how the form comes with it. The name is the master and the form is the servant. You can't stop the form from following the name. Now I challenge you. Don't think of monkeys. What are you thinking about? So many kinds of monkeys and history of monkeys. You can't stop it. See the power of this name. And what Guruji always points out is we all have so much faith in our own name, isn't it? You can't get in over there. Here, take my business card. Tell them you know me. Right? And we know that will work, isn't it? We have so much faith in our own name, but we don't have the same faith in the Lord of the universe. Goswamiji shares that so many beings, like Ajamila, like Ratnakar, and on and on and on, have been completely changed by Ram Nam. He says Ram Nam is like lighting a diya on your tongue. In your doorway, okay, imagine this is your porch. This is the hallway of your home. You open your door and you put a diya right on the ledge where the door closes. What is that diya illuminating? Outside and inside, correct? Ram Nam is like illuminating both your outer world and inner world. There will be prosperity and there will be peace. Now, as we think of Navaratri, as we think of Deepavali, you can have all the garbas you want. You can decorate all the golus you want. You can give all the gifts you want. But if you don't change, that's no Navaratri, that's no Deepavali. But if you take up the sadhana of chanting Lord Rama's name, like Mahatma Gandhi, you will illuminate your whole outer world. You will illuminate your whole inner world. Change will happen. And I'm just going to highlight one more point, and then if anyone has any questions, you can ask. I'm on page 27, and this is the third line. On page 24, sorry. He says, Banjeu Rama Apu Bhava Chapu Bhava Bhaya Banjana Nama Pratapu. Another name of Lord Shiva is Bhava. And what did Lord Rama do to Lord Shiva's bow? He broke it, correct? Lord Rama broke Lord Shiva's bow. Bhava Chapu. Lord Rama's name ends Bhavaroga. What is Bhavaroga? The disease of becoming. I want to become this, I want to become that. So Lord Rama's form only broke a bow. Lord Rama's name can break all of Samsara. Dandaka Banu Prabhu Kini Sahavana Janamana Amita Nama Kiye Pavana. Lord Rama purified the Dandaka forest. Lord Rama's name will purify the forest of our mind. Demons lived in Dandaka forest, correct? Lord Rama's form had to go there to clear that out. But by taking Lord Rama's name, the demons in our mind, they get cleared out. It is amazing that you and I have Ananda that resides in our hearts, but all we are is sorrow-filled. We're of the nature of sukha, and what are we always? Dukkhi. And you know why that is? Imagine this free pen that I'm given has a diamond right there. Okay, there's a real diamond there, but I don't know that it's real diamond. What do I do with this pen? Pass it along. When I'm done with it, recycle it. And what happened to that real diamond? Gone. And whether I know it or not, that is a real diamond, correct? But now what if I know this is a real diamond? Do I even keep this pen on my shirt then? No, I keep it safe or I sell it. You have to know your nature is Ananda to benefit by your nature. This again is why we're studying Vedanta in Ramayana. It is not just a story. It is the essence of our own history, of our own future. Lord Rama had so much help to build this bridge that took him from Bharat to Lanka. And a lot of effort was put in. Goswamiji says, by chanting Lord Rama's name, you build your own bridge from extrovert to introvert, and it requires no effort at all. So as we celebrate Navaratri, as we celebrate Deepavali, please try to start learning more about Lord Rama's name. Try to start chanting Lord Rama's name. It's not enough just to chant. Sheila and I were at a different organization's facility, and their teacher openly said, don't think about what you're chanting. Don't try to understand it. I was disturbed by this teaching. Don't try to understand the name of this meaning, the meaning of this name. How will that move us then? It's like watching a movie where you don't know what's going on. Try to learn the significance and chant. Oh.